Hey guys, Magnus here, bringing you another video. This one we're going to be, of course, talking about the brand new update that just hit. It hit an hour ago. What did it hit? Yeah, it hit an hour ago. But I've just played it, so it just hit over an hour ago. Obviously, this video is probably going to be probably about 2 hours by the time this video's out. But the new Halloween event. I'm pretty happy with this event so far. From essentially, this is my Act 1 review. The way that these kind of things work, these videos work anyway, is my review is really the Act 1 review. My how is it so far is my Act 2 review, and then my my content list is essentially my Act 3 and the entire event review. So it's just that way I do it. So this is how I kind of structure these videos if you're new. So the splash screen, this is the splash screen. I'm pretty happy with it. This event as a whole, I think it's pretty solid. It's got a cool theme. It's kind of got this vampire theme, a mummy theme, and also a what is it? Vampires, mummies, and werewolves. Yeah, I think that's the theme. So it's pretty good. I'm pretty happy with it. I quite like the sort of theme that they've gone for. It works. So yeah. Anyway, let's get into. First of all, we'll talk about the prize track. So this is the prize track. Again, it's just a simple kind of prize track. There is a land token thrown in there, which is cool. I'm fine with that, of course. I didn't actually check if there was more land, so if somebody could tell me, that would be cool. I completely forgot to do that. My apologies. But yeah, you got 14 days to do each act, which is reasonable enough. There, of course, is the prize is pretty solid. There's 2 buildings in there, and there's a character at the end. You get Countess Dracula at the end, which is a pretty cool character. So I'm pretty happy with the prize track thus far. It's just the kind of basic, simple one. And then I kind of want to, let's just go and talk about the digging game. So of course they've added the ruins, which is just called this big ruins thing. So of course, it essentially is a reskin of the excavation site that we got in the time traveling toaster event. So essentially it is the exact same thing. You're just finding like a big kind of shiny rock, and then you unlock eventually you'll unlock prizes, and we'll talk about this prizes in a minute. But yeah, they've essentially just reused this. Now I'm okay with it. I'm not entirely happy with it. I wish they would do something a little bit more original, but I can't say I'm that annoyed with it, because at the end of the day, I think it's not like they've used it multiple times. This is only the second time they've used it, and the time travel and toaster event was over a year ago, so in a sense, I guess you can. I'll let them off, because it's been over a year since they used it. So last, so I'm not that annoyed about it, but it is kind of, it's kind of cheap. It's kind of cheap that they've just used this as a reskin. But nevertheless, I'm not that annoyed about it. I'm okay with it. So yeah, the second thing we'll look at, this is the third thing we're looking at, is the Holy Forge. So I just want to quickly talk about this. So this is just a kind of, if you can see there just behind the little text icon, but so essentially this is just like a little house, and it's just this forge, this little forge garage thing next to this kind of house with the cross on it. So this is where you of course acquire pickaxes, and then you craft and then you can also craft items once you've obviously used the thing. So you obviously have to make pickaxes to go on the site, the ruined site. So it's this whole process, and I kind of do enjoy it. I think it's an okay process. I think it works. So I quite like this, but again, like I said, it is sort of a reskin. And then of course we may as well have a look at the prizes. So of course, well, I won't look at all of them, but of course there is on the dig site, you of course have to earn prizes, and the last prize is actually a vampire skin for Grandpa, which is pretty cool, because of course this is the vampire act essentially. So we've got the vampires, the werewolves, and the mummies act. So yeah, you have to earn all these different sort of decorations, and then you get Grandpa at the end of it, which is kind of cool. And then moving on, we have the Flanders family tomb. So yeah, here's the Flanders family tomb. So family tomb, I should say. So basically, as you earn the event currency, which I believe is fangs. I'm not actually sure, but whatever the event currency is, but you essentially you earn that. And then eventually you get these cooldown upgrade, you get the top radius upgrade, the cooldown upgrade, the dig site upgrade. So you got all these little upgrade things that will help you to obviously unlock stuff. I'm okay with this. It's kind of a little bit forgettable though. Like I'm not entirely sure how it works. I think it's just you earn that currency and then you upgrade it. But I don't know. It's okay, I guess. It's just something extra they've thrown in there, which is kind of cool. But whatever. Nothing too cool because you're not actually unlocking anything physical. It's just stuff to help you in the event. Yeah. And then next up, we of course will have a quick chat about the zone thing. So of course, they've thrown this in now. It appears that it's just going to be a regular thing, an event. So essentially, on the ruins site. It has another big thing of these, another big zone thing. So basically, the bonus thing where you put decorations. If you put decorations within the zone, then you get bonus points. I'm against this. I hate this idea. I think it's really annoying because it just limits how much you can build in the event anyway. You can't start building stuff in this event because you're limited to such a tiny space. And if you look where I've placed it in a place where I've already got stuff there. Like I've already built my Buckingham Palace there. I'm not going to move my Buckingham Palace just so I can, place some decorations. I just really hate this because it doesn't mean anything. After the event's over, it doesn't really do any, I just think the whole thing's just annoying, really. And I'm not a massive fan of it. But and I wish they would stop doing it. It was fine for the Battle Royale, but now I feel like this year this is like the new feature that they're trying to introduce, and I just think it's really shitty. I don't really think it's that good. And yeah, and then also I left this till last because I didn't want to talk about it. Unfortunately, although the last event didn't include it, this event has brought back crafting. So I was hoping that they wouldn't have done this because they had the digging game, and I think that they could just I don't know why they couldn't just make the digging game be the crafting. Why not just do that? And I know that they've got more prizes. There's loads of prizes. There's loads of decorations in this event, and I get that. But they could have thrown some of the store for cash. Hell, throw one or two of them for donuts. Maybe just one or two donuts. Some of the shrubs and stuff. Just make them one donut, like the picket fence. I'd be fine with that, and I'm sure everyone else would be fine with that because you only want a few of them. You don't want loads anyway, so you may as well. And then throw the rest in for cash, and then throw the rest of these crafting stuff in just the digging game, and just make them unlock through the digging game, and just make the digging game a little bit harder. You've got to kind of do it more often. I'd be fine with that. I just think that the crafting is so overdone. I wish that they would at least, if they're gonna do crafting, make it different. Make it so you send characters to build the stuff. I don't know. So say if you want to unlock this shrub, for example, I don't know. I'm trying to think of someone off the top of my head, but send Dracula to explore spooky shrubs or something, and then after you do that task maybe 2 times, you unlock the shrub. I'd be happy with that. That would be cool. That would be a cool way of doing crafting. But no, they have to do it through this way, and I just think it's really annoying. The whole level system, I think, it makes it even worse. It would be bad enough if it was just normal crafting, but they throw the level system on as well. I just think it's overall just so crappy. I really hate the crafting so much. I wish they would just redesign it. They can have crafting in the game still if they must, but they could just redesign it. It's just the same shit. We're just getting the same stuff over and over again. The same tedious tasks that you've got to do over and over and over again to get these decorations that really don't mean anything. Nobody cares too much about these decorations, but you want them because for the sake of having them. So I just think the crafting overall, I'm not happy with it. They got rid of it last event, so I usually just give it a pass. I'm like, whatever, it's crafting, we always get it. But they managed to get rid of it last time, so I want them to work towards getting rid of it 100%. I don't want it anymore. I don't think anyone else does either. And then we may as well look at all the characters. So this is one thing that this event has done really well on, I think, that I don't think anyone can really complain too much about, is the characters. I think that they've really outdone themselves with the characters. So of course we'll look at the Treehouse of Horror things first. So first of all, this is Slick for the first character. He's called Slick. Then this next one I think is called Patrice. Then we've got Frankenstein's monster. We've got, I think it's Julia Stein or something like that, for Frankenstein's wife, basically. We've got the witch, and the witch is unfortunately, she is a truckload of donuts item. So they've done it again, and I think we just have to accept at this point that it's just going to be the norm. It's really annoying, but of course she does cost £10. I do remember her from the episode actually, but yeah, she costs a tenner. So, or was it 20 actually? It might be 20. Actually, I'm not sure. I think it might be 20 actually, but whatever. She's expensive. That's my point. Not worth it at all. So I guess it's just another character I won't be able to get, but whatever. We have the voodoo woman. I forget exactly. I think she might be called the Voodoo Queen, which is pretty cool. And then we got mummies. Moving on, we got mummies. So we've got the female mummy, the male mummy, and then we got a Wigan mummy. And then werewolves, we've got the male werewolf, the female werewolf, and a Millhouse werewolf. And then demons, we've got Moas the devil. And then in the source files, because I saw the source files last night, so I saw like the list of all the characters that we're getting, but obviously we didn't have pictures. I thought that we were gonna get the actual devil, and then unfortunately we got thrown in this instead, which I'm fine with them doing this, but I just hope that this is. I don't think this is a costume. I think this is a character, which is unfortunate because I want them to do the actual devil, like the actual one that looks like the devil, you know. And so now they'd have to call him a different name. They'd probably have to call him Satan, because they have given us this instead, which is like it should be a skin really for Mo, but it is its own character, which is unfortunate. And yeah, and then finally we have vampires. So we have the Countess Dracula. We have a Count Grandpa as well, and also Nosferatu in the middle there. So yeah, pretty cool characters. I think overall some of these are costumes as well. I think, let me just try and distinguish which ones are the costumes. So the costumes are the Count Grandpa, Were, House, and Mummy Wiggum. So they're the three grave digging, but you know what I mean, the prizes, the dig prize. So yeah, those are the characters. Pretty cool. So yeah, let's just do a quick building showcase, and there's not loads here, there's just a few stuff here that you can take a look at, just a few stuff. So here we go, here's the there's the forge thing. Of course there's the vulture tree there, which is new. We got the Dracula land, there's the sign there in the corner, the dig site, just there down, you can see the webs as well, which is like the retirement castle from the Simpsons episode. There's not much there, but anyway, let's go back to the splash screen. Okay, so let's talk about the event as a whole. So I think overall it works, I guess. Like there's nothing really bad about it. Too much. I think the crafting is an issue, but then that's probably going to be an issue with most events. We've of course got the return of the you buy donuts for this character thing, which again I don't like, but hey ho, EA does it, so what can we say? There's those two things which I think are negative, and the zone thing as well. I'm not really a massive fan of that. I think it's not great, but I think in terms of characters and buildings, this and even decorations, this event's pretty solid. I always get kind of skeptical for Halloween and Christmas because every year you deplete the amount of content you can take. I know that there is a Treehouse of Horror every year, but for every Treehouse of Horror that they do, I think that they deplete like 3 more episodes worth of stuff essentially, because there's limited Treehouse of Horror stuff, and there's loads of characters. Like characters they're fine for, they'll never run out of characters to add in Halloween. It's just buildings which I'm a little bit skeptical on. Now there's a few characters that I would have preferred, of course, which I'm a little bit disappointed about. I am disappointed that they went for this whole sort of romance thing, but they never gave us the Golem of Prague with his girlfriend, because that would have worked. I know that I guess that they were going for the whole thing that we always like, it's like a little gag, we always see like Dracula and the mummy and the werewolf and Frankenstein's monster, they're always like hanging out, so I guess that's what they were going for, which is okay. I guess it's kind of cool. I'm glad that they actually added those guys in, you know, it makes sense that they added them in at least. But I would like the Golem of Prague and his little girlfriend as well. I kind of would like, instead of the whole like Mo devil, I would have preferred the actual devil that we see in the episode, the one I've shown off before. I kind of would have preferred that. So there's a few things that I would have liked in here, and of course we didn't get like Donut Homer or the Flybot, or there's a bunch of different things that I really want to see eventually in the game, but we've still got many Halloweens to come, so I guess they could always add them next year. So whatever, I'm okay with this. I kind of would have liked something that I asked for. I don't even think there was one character that I asked for in my little event idea. I don't think we got one of them. I'm trying to think. I don't think I got any of them. No, I didn't. I really didn't. Which is kind of annoying, but whatever. Yeah. But anyway, that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed. Tell me your thoughts on this event. I think it's pretty solid. Premium gameplay will be following up after this video. I'll probably release this video, and then I might release one premium gameplay video for you guys. It's probably going to be the two Frankenstein monsters, the Frankenstein's monster and his wife. So yeah, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next one. Goodbye.